Hello, is this Mrs. Leon? This is Chris, Sean's fiancé.
Good evening, Chris. Thanks for coming with Sean and greeting us the other day.
It was nothing. About Sean.
What is it?
It's not him, it's you.
What? Did I do something to offend you?
I'll tell you this straight. Stop pretending to be his mother when you aren't even related.
What?
I heard that you're his father's second wife. I don't like how you pretended to be his mother even though you're not.
Well, we aren't related by blood, I guess, but I married his father when he was 13, and we've been family for almost 20 years now. Sean treats me like I'm his mother. I raised him like he was my own son, too.
Stop it, it's annoying.
Annoying?
It's no use trying to make me feel bad for you. I'm not so dumb as to be fooled by such a lame story.
You seem to be quite hostile.
How you start is important when it comes to things like this. Which is why I'm going to say it clearly right now. I'm going to marry Sean. But you aren't related to him, so you're not going to be my mother-in-law. I'm not going to listen to what you, a complete stranger, says. Do you understand?
I see. Understood.
Don't come to the wedding either.
What? The wedding as well?
Yes, and the family gathering too.
I don't want to seem nosy, but shouldn't both the parents be there?
That isn't a problem. I have it planned out already. Don't come to the wedding. You're just a stranger.
I see. I was thinking about deciding how to get along with your relatives once I got to know you better. But I didn't think I would be shunned upon this much just because I'm Sean's stepmother.
As long as you understand. Oh, that reminds me. Don't tell the others you won't come to the family gathering or the wedding yet, okay?
Why?
I have a surprise planned for Sean and his father before the family gathering, which is why I want you to not say anything unnecessary.
What kind of surprise?
I'm not going to tell you, the complete stranger. I won't forgive you if you tell anyone, okay?
Mom? Did you hear from Chris about today?
Huh? Oh, hi, Sean. What do you mean?
Me and Dad were called to a nearby restaurant by Chris. She said that there's something she needs to tell us. But she wouldn't come even after the time we agreed to meet. So I wondered if she told you anything.
I haven't heard anything.
Oh, I see.
I'll tell you if I hear anything.
Thanks.
Why? Why didn't they like my surprise? Did you bribe them or something?
Chris? What's the matter?
Is it fun ruining my surprise? Isn't this a bit rude? Just because you won't be able to act like his mother anymore doesn't mean you can do such a thing.
The surprise you told me about the other day was today? Judging by your tone, it didn't work?
Stop playing dumb. You knew about it and ruined it.
But I didn't do anything. I don't even know what the surprise of yours is.
What? You ruined it precisely because you knew. Stop lying.
Can you please stop assuming I did something?
Besides, I only found out you called Sean and his father 20 minutes ago when Sean sent me a text.
What? Sean?
He told me you didn't come even after the agreed meeting time, so he asked if I had heard anything from you.
The person I was with was late, which is why I was late as well.
So there was someone you wanted Sean and my husband to meet? Both Sean and his father noticed immediately who it was, got mad, and left as soon as I brought her.
The two of them are usually so kind. There's not many people they would treat like that. Just who did you bring?
Miss Duncan.
Miss Duncan? Oh, I see. No wonder they got mad.
What? Why? She's Sean's real mother and your husband's former wife, who he wouldn't have divorced if it wasn't for you.
She is Sean's real mother, but where did you get the idea that my husband didn't want to get divorced with Catherine?
She said it herself.
Why did you contact her in the first place? You don't know her, right?
I had the thought that he would be happy if I reunited him with his actual mother when I heard that you were his stepmother. So I hired a detective agency, and
You hired a detective agency?
then I heard from Miss Duncan about the divorce.
What did she tell you?
She told me that the reason they got divorced was because Mr. Leon cheated on her with you, and that she wasn't able to get custody of Sean since she was struggling financially at the time. She also said that she hasn't met Sean ever since and cried.
You didn't ask Sean or his father about this. You could have even asked me.
Huh? I didn't ask you because I knew there was no way you would tell the truth.
And what makes you think so?
Because you're the one who stole Mr. Leon from Miss Duncan, right?
Huh?
There's no way I would be able to trust you. The reason for the divorce. I don't want a woman like that to pretend to be Sean's mother and congratulate us on our marriage either. I was planning on making Mr. Leon reflect on his past mistakes by reuniting him with Miss Duncan. And in the end, convince him on agreeing to remove you from the wedding.
You keep saying all these things, but you didn't even bother asking anyone other than Miss Duncan, someone you just met.
Well, she's probably much more trustworthy than someone who would steal a husband from his wife.
And who told you that I stole Sean's father from Miss Duncan? Only her, right? You're making a big misunderstanding.
Huh? Misunderstanding?
Yes, quite a big one. You went out of your way and hired a detective agency, but you failed to do the simplest thing. What's your problem? Sean and his father just got home. I'll let you talk to Sean from here.
Chris, I'm canceling the wedding.
Why? I just wanted to reunite you with your real mother.
No one said to do such a thing.
Huh?
I don't know what she told you, but it wasn't my dad who cheated, it was her.
Huh?
Dad used to go on a lot of business trips. She used this as an opportunity to bring guys into the house. One day, Dad got home earlier than was planned and found out. That's when they got divorced.
Maybe that's a lie? Mrs. Leon told you this, right?
Dad and Mrs. Lyon only met half a month after the divorce, and they only started going out another half a year later.
What?
There are a lot of people who can prove this, but most importantly, I remember it happening myself. Not like I want to remember, though.
That means you didn't want to meet Miss Duncan?
Obviously.
But I had no idea she was like that. So I thought it would be better to invite your real mom instead of her to the wedding. It's not like I meant any harm.
But you did, didn't you?
What?
A few days later, after I told you that Mrs. Leon was my father's second husband, I accidentally overheard you talking on the phone with one of your friends. You said something like, "Oh, this woman pretending to be Sean's mother is definitely no good. I'll find a way to get them divorced."
You heard?
You hadn't met her yet at the time, so I thought you would understand she was a good person when she did. Which is why I didn't say anything. To think that she would bring that woman just to get my parents divorced.
But
You only believed what Miss Duncan said because you wanted to believe it so you could get my parents divorced. That's why you didn't even think to doubt her.
it's a known fact that stepmothers are evil.
Huh?
Which is why I wanted to save you from that terrible woman.
What is that nonsense? No matter how you look at it, what you did was a terrible deed based on a misconception fueled by your spite.
Huh?
There are stepmothers who raise their children like their own, and families who love each other despite not being related by blood. Mrs. Lyon, my mother, is the one who taught me this.
That's impossible.
It seems like you even looked down on my father, thinking he was a cheater. I don't think I can get along with someone who sees my parents like that.
I don't want to cancel the marriage.
If you just accept now, there's no need to pay any sort of alimony, as nothing's technically happened yet. I think it would be best for the both of us.
No!
Sorry, but I don't feel like marrying you anymore.
I said I don't want to cancel the marriage. It's not like you don't like me anymore, right?
What? Of course I don't like you anymore.
Huh?
Anyways, I'll set up a meeting so we can talk things through face to face. The both of us aren't being logical right now, so it's probably best if we cool down for a bit. Bye.
You don't like me anymore?
It seems Sean telling Chris that he didn't like her anymore had a big effect on her. Ultimately, she seemed to stop caring and agreed to cancel the marriage. But the real hell awaited her after all of this. Apparently, Miss Duncan and her new husband barged into Chris's apartment. They keep telling her to support them financially now that she's Sean's wife, even though she keeps saying the marriage was canceled. Her relationship with her parents was ruined after they found out about the incident, so she has no one to rely on anymore. She gave up and is now supporting Miss Duncan and her husband, two unemployed middle-aged people who are basically strangers to her. No one tries to help her, and apparently she can be frequently seen crying day and night while working her butt off.